Tim Lackey. I'm Dayton Lackey's son, and we're here today to discuss and talk about some of his experiences during World War II. I guess the first thing I'd like to ask you is when did you get drafted?
May the 21st, 1944.
Where did you go? I guess it's boot camp, right? That's what the Navy.
I went to boot camp in Calipari, Virginia. From there.
So how long were you in there in boot camp? How long?
8 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So did you know anyone in this area that was drafted at the same time, that went in the same time you did?
Yeah, my wife's twin brothers were drafted at the same time, and a couple of neighbors.
Okay. How was boot camp? Was it pretty tough, or was it boot camp pretty strenuous? Or
it was just an old dusty desert, I probably say.
Was it in Virginia?
Nowhere, yeah, it was out nowhere.
Okay. So you was there for 8 weeks, and then did you know what ship or where you was going to go, or they just kind of tell you that at the end?
No, I did not. After we got through the boot camp, we went on leave for 15 days, I think it was. And then went back to camp up there. And from there, we was transferred to Rhode Island.
Is that where you you were on an aircraft carrier?
Yeah, at Newport, Rhode Island, and then that's where there was assembling the crew. Because the ship ran was being finished in Newport News.
Mm-hmm.
It was some of the engineering officers were already down now, and it happened with finishing touches to it.
So
we stayed there at Newport for about a couple of months or something. Come back to Norfolk, to Newport News. That's where the ship was being built. Came back there in October.
Okay, so
1st October.
That from what you've talked about it before, you were supposed to go out, and once the ship got completed and it was ready to launch or whatever, you were going to go on some type of a training session for a while, but they didn't let you do that, right?
Yeah, we went down to Trinity after the ship was commissioned and all. They had a commission ceremony, moved from Newport to News over to Norfolk, and had it was commissioned there. And my parents were there at the commission.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn some more stuff every time we talk. So, from what I remember, you talked about typically what they do on these aircraft carriers or ships. They go out for a period of time, but you didn't really have time to do that at that point, right?
Yeah, we went to after the commissioning there, we got one over to naval operation. And we took on some other stuff, and then went out in the Chesapeake for a little shakedown, a little trial. Well, we came back. Ned went to Trinidad.
So
on a shakedown cruise. That's what they call a shakedown. They're trying for everything on it.
Well, I guess that's in the Caribbean, I suppose, right? So when you got orders, after that they ordered you to go to. You went through the Panama Canal, didn't you?
Well, we were supposed, after going down, come back to Norfolk for the final check.
Yeah.
For final check. So when the changing oil, her sister's ship was big. It was right before us. It was built before. And something happened. They had to do some extra work, so we had to slip in and take their place. So we didn't get to come back to Norfolk. They flew people down there to inspect it. They gave us the okay, and we went straight from there to the Panama and on out.
So when you went through the Panama Canal, and the next stop that you had, I believe you said, was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Why did you stop there to get pilots?
Well, going through the Panama, we couldn't get through with the 40mm gun turrets on it. You had to take them off. The ship would barely go through the hull, barely go through the lock.
So you didn't have.
Really, we had to be pulled through. I couldn't just float through like it took us 2 days to get through that. So they had to take him off, and we had to go to San Francisco, back up out of San Francisco to get the gun turrets put back on.
Okay. Is that where you got the gun turrets? Did you pick up any pilots or anything, or were they already on the plane?
Yeah. Our group came on there then, and after we went back out to sea and brought the planes back on.
Is that in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
After we pulled out of San Francisco State, and then they flew in on it.
So after you got all of that, where did you head to then?
Went out of Pearl Harbor, stopped there 2 or 3 days, took on some more supplies and so on, and on to Ulysses, where it was a big, where their task force gathered. World's largest naval task force was formed there.
Assembled there.
Right.
So after you met up with them, then apparently you guys went straight, 60 miles off of the Japan coast?
After we got to Ulysses, we stayed there a day or so. Our first mission was straight into the Tokyo Bay.
And this was this is the fall of 1944?
No, this is February.
Or 45?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, February 45, when we arrived there. And our first mission around the 1st of February, went in there for 2 days, made some, the planes made some planes on Tokyo and the surrounding area. And we came back to Ulysses.
So while you were there, I think if I can remember, off of Tokyo, you guys had like 1,100 sorties, right? You had 1,100 missions where you were constantly sending planes in to bomb, strafe, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there, you eventually, I think you said you was out at sea and didn't see land for how long?
Well, no, wait, let me get you, after our first raid, we came back to Ulysses. And while I was there, I was around in the 1st of March. We joined the task force there again. And on night of March, I believe it was 6th, anyhow, the 1st of March, we was to go back out into the battle area the next morning. There was a mover on the hangar deck that night. So I was going to show 2 shows. Well, after when the first one was over, it was about 8 o'clock. Well, we had all the planes loaded, fueled, loaded with bombs, and all ready to go. The next morning, well, it was about 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was just fixing to sit down for the first first, second round move, in come a kamikaze. Got us in the fantails of flight deck, port side.
I think there was somewhere around 20 people, 25 people, sailors that were
Yeah,
killed.
it would have been a lot more if we hadn't had. A lot of the crew was forward in the hangar deck at the movie at that time.
Yeah.
That's the reason it was less. Well, it tore a whole corner off of it, flight deck and in the back of the ship. It was going to send the strike then to Pearl Harbor to be repaired, but the engineer in charge said, "No, we can fix that here. Well, I think we can get it done." So they got to pull the repair ship in. They fixed it in about 16 days and was ready to go again.
So where did you go after that?
We went into the battle then. We went into it for 2 months. I saw no land. But it's just in that circle. The map in that book will show you that. It was just in a circle for Iwo Jima, Okinawa, and Tokyo. We just round and around, and after we'd go into Okinawa, give them a cover for a couple of days, move into Iwo Jima, and do the same thing. We did that for about 2 months.
So were you at Iwo Jima the time that they actually hit the beach?
Yep. Well, no, that's already there. But was there, it didn't close there when it was over.
Yeah. So were you at, was it Okinawa or Iwo Jima where you actually witnessed, y'all were in battle with the Bunker Hill, right?
Yeah.
Other aircraft carrier, and
Yeah.
you actually witnessed, I mean, it was close enough to where you saw kamikaze.
I saw the Bunker Hill and the Enterprise.
Both of them.
Both of them, I mean, was flagged. The Admiral was on it. It took 2 kamikazes.
Which one, Bunker Hill or Enterprise? Enterprise?
No, the Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill, okay.
2 days later, the Admiral had transferred to the Enterprise. 2 days, and next, they took one.
That's fair.
A day after that, here he comes to the Randolph. Oh, he gonna bring bad luck to us. But we got by that.
Yep. You were
That's where the battle was really going on then.
You were telling me one time when you was in battle that, well, let's why don't you tell about what your duties were? What were your duties, and where were you stationed at on the ship, and what did you do?
On flight deck. I was, when we spotted the planes, directed them in to take off and land, and then after they was landing, brought them off, and spotted them. I got to get them out of the way.
During battle?
And I was mainly a chop person in the flight operation and plane spotter.
So you were telling me about when you was in battle that when you're under attack that your battle station was on the flight deck.
Yes.
So you were there and you saw a plane coming straight at the ship, right?
Yeah, well, we got under attack by 2 planes. They said there was 2 planes coming in. Well, one came through the clouds. He had our name written on it. You're blamed to see that, I mean. And luckily a 5-inch shell got it. And he bursted. That guy came out. He was still alive. He was floating down in his chute. Well, he's going down. His picture in that book of it. Well, they weren't supposed to do anything about it. They let him come on down. Well, one of the gunmen fired
Yeah.
on him. And then that set it off. They just let it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of the things that happens in the war. But did the plane actually? Where did the plane end up? Did it? It didn't hit. The,
It went dead.
It didn't come close to the ship.
No,
then, right.
no.
Okay. So after that battle, pretty much after those 2 months that you were going around, when was the first time you actually did see land?
Well, it was about, let's see, that would have been in, let's see, it was probably April, and then what was going by was just round and around again. Just stayed in that area. Back when we went to Lackey, that's where we went to the Philippines.
Yeah.
We took an admiral there.
Yeah.
While there, we were sitting there, and it's P-38 of our own, Army P-38 was practicing runs on us. And he hit the flight deck. At the bow of the flight deck, killed 6 there.
So you got hit by not only
Yep.
Japanese aircraft, your friendly aircraft also by accident.
Right.
So, so let's kind of, I guess, after you went through Lady, that was getting pretty close to the end of the war, right?
Yeah.
So where were you at whenever you were out? You were still at sea whenever the Japanese surrendered, right?
Yeah. We had planes in there headed for Tokyo to raid them again.
So you were back off
So
the coast of
they
Japan.
was called off.
So
Then we had to, took our, we had 100 Marines on our ship, more or less for guards and so on. So we took some in Tokyo Bay, and they was taken off and sent to Tokyo, that day.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to go in there, but they changed their plans and sent us home.
Yep. Well, there was one instance of kind of stepping back. Bennett, you were involved, as you said, you were part of the launching crew that helped launch the planes. There was an incident where you had a pretty close call with one of your own pilots.
Yeah.
What happened there?
And the landing of the aircraft, we got cable set up about a foot high for the hooks to catch, tail hooks to catch when they come in. And then up forward there, about middle ways of the flight deck, they got their barriers with cable set across there to stop the planes to make a missed landing. So this one came in, and now it was an elevator, the port side elevator that took planes down to the hangar deck. I was the chalk person at that day, sitting in the corner of the elevator in the catwalk. Well, this plane came in, planes come out, he made a miss. And he come straight, went right over me. I was down on the catwalk. He went right over and that in the drain.
Yeah. Well, there's also another instance where there was a pilot that had a mishap that you were directly underneath the plane, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I went in to pull a chalk off of a plane to pull him up in the takeoff spot. Well, he revved his plane up and stuck the nose of the plane of the pilot down. Or strapped on a flight deck got me in the chin.
So the flight deck was actually wood, obviously, and
Yeah.
the propeller chopped up the wood, and you were right
Yeah.
behind it. So And then they had to take you down to get you fixed up, stitched up. Huh?
Oh, well, they weren't down there. Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. And
So didn't they kind of ask you if they were going to kind of sign you up for a Purple Heart?
yes, said, you want a purple heart? I said, good gracious, no. Let me go back.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
You had witnessed too many people with.
oh yeah, I don't want to be. I have no purple heart for a little skin in that place.
Well, after Japan surrendered, and then I guess you weren't done. You still had more time in the service. You actually went to Atlantic, didn't you? Pick up some Italian prisoners.
Well, after that, our journey back to Norfolk. Of course, we came through Pearl Harbor, stopped a day, and on into to Norfolk. And then from Norfolk to Baltimore for Navy Day. And then part of this went on leave, 30-day leave, and went home. Half of the crew did. But the rest of us stayed on and they put temporary bunks on the hangar deck for we took a load of prisoners, Italian prisoners, back to Naples.
What did Naples look like? You tell me a little bit about that.
They wasn't a building that I saw was fully standing. It been every building I saw been hit.
Bomb. Yeah.
Of course, I didn't. We didn't stay there. I could just see the shoreline.
Yeah. So you brought them back to. Where did you bring them back? You said.
No, you took them back to Italy.
Oh, oh, you were taking them over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
they was pretty, had them over here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So that was that mission. So when I guess the next thing in order would be, as I think you said, it was exactly 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years discharged, right?
Right.
In May
21st.
of 1946.
Yes.
Okay. And how did you get home?
Well, we got discharged, went over to Charleston, at the bus station. I thought Charleston's where we got discharged. And then bus to Charlotte was full. I was going to have a standing room only. I mean, this other guy, we wouldn't stand up with the guy, young bummer way on. Got his cab, put us on the Charlotte Highway. We come on through and got to Charlotte about an hour ahead of that bus. But we stood out there on Statesville Avenue all that hour and couldn't get to their station, so we had to ride the same bus to the station.
So you picked up the bus anyway. Well, that's good. That's pretty much, that was I guess you probably, in a sense, were glad to be able to serve. I heard you say that there's been, having all those experiences at a young age kind of, helped kind of formed who you are. So, and I've heard you say also that if you had to do it again, you'd do it again, right?
I wouldn't give a dime for more experience. No, I just wouldn't have. I don't want no more experience like that.
Yeah.
I was glad to serve in it.
Yeah, there you go. So, well, I know, as being a son, I appreciate your service, and I'm sure everybody that has a sense of patriotism does. So, thanks for your time, and I guess we'll wrap it up there.